Once upon a time, I almost had a chance to meet Stan Lee. Now, there's a few men in my life that I wish I could have met that impacted my life, I guess you would say. One of those is Chuck Norris, the other one's Billy Graham, and Stan Lee would definitely be one of those guys. And I almost had a chance to meet Stan Lee in Nashville when I was a teenager. I wanted to go, and I was going to go to the Nashville Comic Con. And I was really excited about that. And then I decided against it, mainly for money reasons. And I'm kind of glad I did, because I'm kind of glad I never met Stan Lee. And that's a crazy thing to say, because the reason I'm kind of glad I never met Stan Lee is because I'm not sure Stan Lee would have been happy to meet me. And that has nothing to say about me, and it has nothing to say about him. What it has to say about is the abuse that he was put through to basically make other people money. And I think that's the real issue when it comes to this story. Now, there is a documentary out now that was done by his assistant, his personal assistant, who basically was with him at all times and filmed him and took pictures of him with different interactions with different people, probably happy moments and also sad moments, bad moments. Now, I have some reservations about this, but what we're going to do is we're going to watch the documentary's trailer, okay? We're going to watch the documentary's trailer, and then we're going to discuss. And then I'm going to give a little bit of reservations about this documentary. And then if you choose to support it, I think it's great that you want to, if you choose to. And I will put it in the link in the description down below for you to check out. But without further ado, let's try to check out this trailer.
My name is John Bolerjack, and for the last 4 years of Stan Lee's life, I was his assistant, his confidant, but most importantly, his friend. I traveled the world with him, witnessing firsthand the incredible highs of his legendary career, but also the heartbreaking lows. Stan spent his final years enduring mistreatment, manipulation, and betrayal at the hands of a few very bad actors.
Is there any way to get us out of that San Francisco thing? Or do you feel we gotta do it?
Gotta do it.
At the time, I didn't have the power to stop it, but I did have a camera, and I filmed everything.
Whoa, watch out! Jeez.
Now I'm asking for your help to finish the film and finally get justice for Stan. This documentary includes first-hand accounts from key witnesses, including comic book legends like Rob Liefeld and Roy Thomas, as well as many others who saw the chaos and unethical acts. This isn't speculation, it's all on camera. Undeniable.
This is old Stan Lee coming at you. No.
That's sad. I gotta pause that for a second. Him just sitting there in front of a bunch of TVs, resting. Just holding him there. Not allowing him to get actual rest. Not allowing him to be really comfortable. What garbage, man. What garbage. That's heartbreaking, guys. Man, that's heartbreaking.
You're not old.
Irrefutable.
I thought I was finished, but apparently I'm not.
No ambiguity. With your help, we can finish the film, expose the truth, and give Stan the justice he deserves. As a bonus, I'm going to share with you some insights on the film from some of the most well-respected creators in the industry.
I'll be honest, I didn't know what to expect.
When I saw the documentary, I knew some of it, but like most people, I didn't know all of it. And there were pieces of it that blew me away.
It's a lot of emotions, dude. It's a crazy roller coaster.
Seeing Stan in that situation, being taken advantage of, was really hard to watch. Because I just think, I was thinking of my parents and my grandparents.
So I think it's important that people see that even the guy at the top, the most successful comic creator, isn't protected.
This film shows behind the curtain that not a lot of us fans get to see.
This isn't just a fluff piece trying to attack somebody. This is like, I'll just show you in their own words.
I had no idea how badly he had been exploited. And that's a message that people need to hear.
I really miss Stan, and just watching it just felt like I really got to know him again. My thing that I hope that, this documentary really does is, shine a light on what was going on truly with Stan Lee.
Okay, so my biggest reason that maybe someone should support this, okay? And it's almost at 14,000. Let's refresh. I bet you it's at 14,000 now. No, but it's almost there. It's almost at 14,000. My biggest reason that someone should support this is to get out the reality of what happened. Now, I do have a little bit of trepidation about this, and I would love to interview and talk to Jonathan Polarjack. Now, I'm not a big channel at all, okay? So if Mr. Jonathan is seeing this, I'm not a big channel at all, but I think I would be honest and fair, and I would love a chance to interview you, to talk to you, and hear about why, it's taking you this time to do it, what made you decide to do this, what made you even decide to be filming Stan during that time to begin with, and what you could and couldn't do about some of the abuse that Stan was going through. And I think some people may put blame on him because they're like, well, why did you not say anything or do anything then instead of just filming it? But the reality is, he is his paid assistant. There's probably only so much stuff he can legally do, because with Stan, it's not like Stan was being beaten. Physically abused in the way that we usually would view it. He was used as a mule. He was used as an animal to basically go and parade around to draw money from. He was the cash cow. And he was farmed as such, is what it sounds like. And there's probably not very much that you can do as the assistant, because really the reality is you probably couldn't do anything. Then you would get fired, and then someone would just take your place. Who wouldn't care about Stan Lee? So hopefully this guy truly did care about him. I'm curious, for example, this is like, I'm not acting we should trust all celebrities by any means, but I would definitely be curious to hear Kevin Smith's opinion on this. I noticed that he did not interview Kevin Smith. I remember Kevin Smith during the time where Stan Lee was being mistreated, and it was kind of discovered that he was being mistreated. Kevin Smith tried to get Stan Lee to come to his home. He tried to go ahead and take care of Stan Lee, to protect Stan Lee. So I'm very curious, to be honest with you, what Kevin Smith thinks about this. That may dictate if I support this or not. And the other reason I can understand, because, for example, $300,000 for something that's already should be finished sounds like a lot, which they've already got $14,000 now raised. But $300,000 sounds like a lot. But he does make a decent point at the very end of this when it comes into his risk and challenges. He does talk about how he wants to pay the people who help make the documentary. He wants to, probably do a little bit more when it comes to the documentary he wants to do. But he talks about the risk and challenges. And he says, bringing the truth to light is never without its risk. The documentary delves into the real story behind Stan Lee's final years, exposing those who wronged him. As a result, I face potential threats to my personal safety, frivolous lawsuits meant to silence me, and the other efforts to suppress this film. Despite these challenges, I am committed to ensuring Stan's true story is told. With your support, we can overcome these obstacles and honor his legacy. So, he's going to be kind of showing some things that are going to look bad on some people. And so I do think some legal fees are probably going to be required, because I could see in the process of trying to make this film, people try to sue him. I think that's very possible. So just have an understanding of this too if you decide to back this. Because there's two things. One, you're not necessarily helping Stan Lee. Stan Lee has passed away, right? He has passed away. But you will probably allow the story to be told, which, just to know this too, you're not getting this documentary. I was going down the list of some of the things you could get in the pledge, and one of those things is not the documentary. There's screenings of the film that he'll have in different locations where there'll be a Q&A afterwards. There's different things like that where you're having to pay a lot of money to attend to, by the way. We're talking about like $400, $500. And then there's, postcards and photo books that you could buy. But none of this has anything to do with the actual documentary. And so it sounds like once the documentary's done, you're going to be able to see the documentary somewhere. If it's on Max or, Netflix or whatever. You're going to be able to see this documentary somewhere else once he makes his goal and once he's able to, But if you donate to this, you're not getting the film. I could be wrong on that. But everything I'm seeing, you're not getting the film. Okay? He's not sending it to you in a Blu-ray. He's not sending you a code to download it. He's not doing anything like that. And he's not indicating if he's going to put it on YouTube. So I'm assuming he's not going to. I would assume if you pay all this money to do this, and he spent this many years working on it, that he's probably going to put it on an actual thing. Okay? Now, some people had issues with like his personal beliefs on some things, and it seems like it's the things that we know about that are just like normal people opinions. So it's not anything evil or wrong. Okay. It's no point in even bringing it up. It was silliness. It's like, oh, this person has different opinions than me on a subject that's complicated, oh, ban him. It's like, no, silly, stupid. And I don't even know if that's true. They were just attacking him for that. So I would just say use caution. Have an understanding that you back this. You're not getting the movie. Okay. You're just helping it get made. You're helping other people get to see what happened to Stan Lee and the tragedy that happened to Stan Lee. And yeah, guys, I mean, hopefully the money gets raised, because I don't know if I want to watch it in the sense that it's going to be sad. It's going to be really sad, but I think it's an important lesson, and I think it's an important thing for people to see what happened to this guy, in his final days, which is just, man, I don't know. It's just sad. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down below. Is this something that you're going to support? Are you excited to support it? Do you have trepidations about it? Like maybe I have some questions about it. Again, Jonathan Bowlerjack. If I had the chance to interview you, I promise you I'd be fair. I'd be very fair. And I would give you the grace and time to just talk about why you decided to do this, what led you to doing this, and maybe some past things of why maybe you didn't, call out some of this stuff, during the time. I think there's some normal, honest reasons why that would be. And so I would just like to hear a little bit of your story of things that maybe you wouldn't have in the documentary, especially. So if I could have that opportunity, that'd be really awesome. But I'm just going to shoot my shot, right? So anyway, guys, would love to hear what you think. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And guys, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, I hope you're having a good one. Peace.